She stands for something simple. It just means cash out the boat. If you hear anything you like at this set, you can hit that cash out. I take everything from $1 to $1 million, and don't worry, you're not investing for me to get out. I'm already out on bail. We're gonna take a minute and do a little story time. JCC, I remember it kind of vividly. Was Jerome, Charles, and actually it was me, Chris. You know when you wake up in the morning and you see that sliver of sunlight come through that checkered glass pane window through the walls of brick and mortar. And the other people around us in the cell were really insignificant, but there was a significant event that was taking place. My boy Jerome left out the cell door, and all of a sudden he was the victim of a kick to the face. But it wasn't from the lifting of a leg, it was from a leg swinging like a pendulum. And it didn't have a Timberland on it, but it was just a foot that had a house shoe. And can you imagine that the functioning of the cell that was going on that morning, people were in the bathroom and you heard the flushing of toilets and you heard somebody say, we're missing a couple of cars out of the decks. Let's get our morning spades game going on. Somebody was fighting to find the chessboard, and I was sitting there with Charles thinking, it's 10 minutes before count time. And it was another leg swinging, and we're 8 minutes. We couldn't imagine what had happened because the man that was swinging and hanging from the rail on the second level seemed to be despondent, and I instantly remember the conversation that I had with him yesterday. He said that if he went to court and things didn't go his way, that he would be upset. But what could have been said by the judge that would tentatively make you want to put your life on a reset? And he hung there, and we could tell that at some point he had wrapped the sheet around his neck, and he was pendulum swinging. No one was singing a song. The fat lady hadn't even tuned up, and he didn't have a band to even play his eulogy. And we're thinking, should someone go and untie him? And we said no, because to that sheet nobody wanted their fingerprints to add, and we already thought that somebody, when we went to court tomorrow, that charges on your case had already been padded. So we added it up, and it equaled to us just leaving it alone. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. Dougie Fresh Show on. His life ain't going on. Mama probably hasn't even gotten the news. She probably hasn't even been told what has happened. And we're looking at the in-cell tower, and we know it's a guard up there. You're nothing but a coward. How dare you disrespect his life like that and allow him to swing like that with his head cocked to the side? It was very clear that he had already died, and whatever was said yesterday must have killed his pride, because I can imagine the judge talking and giving the sentence, and he did not feel like he was being served just us. He had the mentality that it was still just us, and from the sentence all he could do was say, I can't adjust. Was probably so angry he just wanted to fight and cuss, and I know if he was strapped he would have pulled it out and started to bust. he's not here anymore. I guess it is what it is. 4 minutes. Let's keep moving around. He said, "Look, pay attention, you renegade. Come on, he's gone. Don't worry about him. If he ain't messing with you, then don't." Too soon? Too soon? Cause yeah, we ain't cool and you ain't my boys and we not in the hood. We're just stuck behind these walls of brick and mortar, and I'm trying to find out what's so mortifying. Chris, what should you do? Jerome and Charles, I just come back to the cell, sit down. It's almost count time. You know how they act when the guards come in, and I really shouldn't be here, but I'm not like anybody else. I'm still not perfect, so I had committed some cardinal sins, and I'm just thinking about what's going to happen on my court date. 2 minutes. Deuce is up, and time is almost up, and is he throwing up the peace sign, or before he went over the rail, did he talk to the divine? But I thought they said suicide was an unforgivable sin, and if he had to turn back the hand of time, would he do it the same way he did it again? And thinking against this system that you can never win, and for what's being said, how do you honor in an incarcerated moment the life and the body of the dead? And all of a sudden, we are scrambling and get up the stairs. Let's just cut them down. You know that they don't care for the weights of the world this man had to bear, and somebody still is looking at him. And it's your move on the chessboard. Come on, you finna get a checkmate. I'm about to. Why are you paying attention to him? Because the king has already got taken out by himself. You know, he was a rookie. And his life really wasn't that happy, so thus, when a dead body swings, it doesn't keep the timing real well, so pendulums become insignificant, and at that moment that we're making the decision to count time, everybody stand up, line up, get in line, take 5 paces in front of the body, don't nobody touch him. Line up, hands behind your back, chest out and hands up, count time. In your mind, the thought is running, are you really going to let him and swing behind us? Not even going to honor the life he lived, because even though he committed a crime, he didn't deserve to be hanging here all this time. And 36715-020. Don't you make a move. So I guess we just gonna have to blow this situation off, put it back in our hands, and log it into our mental Rolodex and never seem to think about it again. We'll chalk it up just as another incarcerated loss and call it our experience life pendulum 10. That's that piece. How y'all doing today? Y'all should give yourselves a hand. How y'all doing tonight? Once again, y'all see my CAP sign. If y'all not tipped on the CAP, simply means cash at the poet. And my cash app is here. If you hear anything that has excited you, has motivated you, anything that you like, please, once again, no matter if it's $1 or somebody feeling extra generous and you want to send a cool $1,000,000, I'll take that too. Once again, you're not investing to free. I am a rider. I am already free and I am in the land of the living. I've served my probation. I paid my debt to society. So everything is all good. I'm going to get this other piece out the way. You know, many times we deal with things in life and everybody has been through something, and a lot of times when we as artists, we get on the stage, we find the time to pour out our hearts, our minds, our spirits, and we just want to be able to bless the people that have taken the time to come out and support us and believe us. It means a lot. This artistry life is not always easy, and everybody is not always having your back, and some people think that the things that we create do not make a difference. But when you're up before the lights and before the crowd, everything makes a difference. So one more time, I want y'all to give a hand to our organizer, Mr. Black Ice and Black Ice Productions, even for choosing us, the kings and queens. And to all my other fellow kings and queens, we appreciate you, we love you, and giving you this last piece, sometimes a question: have you ever been touched? Two of you took my innocence, infected me with wickedness in increments. Whether the two of you knew it or not, I was traumatized. Mental meteorologists reported me as bad weather, inclement. Age 2 years, less than a decade, I was clueless. This demented duo, they played upon me. My soul wanted them to wait upon me. My body seized each time she laid upon me. In a masochistic state, he held me still, hands cold as steel, my body dreaming and hoping that it wasn't real, but I was wrong. Awkward aggressions, avid advances, abrupt attitude. I hated the first letter of the alphabet. I bet the Alpha and Omega didn't approve what was happening to me. Refuting each session was futile, so repeated restraints resumed, relegating and reminding me that these repulsive acts weren't real. See, our fathers was friends, and that's how we started out, and that's how we began. But see, she was willing to participate and performing acts to stimulate. I laid there in fear, hoping that these soul ties would unravel, be written in conjunction with Mary B's soulmates dissipate. See, I was forced in it, and your sister participated in it, and every time the actions happened, you did it having no remorse in it. So I laid there injured, and this duel was dynamic in desecration. I swear I was angry, I was so scared, but if I had a bet, I'd swing, man. They're robbing me of my innocence. I didn't tell the adults because nobody would believe me. They would have called me a liar and a nuisance just trying to destroy family. And hearing their relegated and angry words, afterwards, only fear was left. Now, preteen, I contemplated death. Touch. Years have passed and I carry this pain, bound, restricted, slaved and enchained, held to these chains that I'm holding me. How can I get loose? But I read in your word to be transformed by the renewing of my mind. I can be free. So now you can no longer judge or harm or relegate me. Because my Jesus, his cross was my courage, and his crucifixion was my freedom. His blood is what washed me. I sit at the Lord's table so my spirit can be fed. No worrying about the menu, for he is the children, and deliverance is our bread. He's the bread of life. He prepares the table thought the scars, the pain, the hurt, and anguish was way too much, that God said, I'm healed and delivered by his heavenly touch. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for I Am a Writer. Yes.
Yeah.
King of poetry, I am a writer, ladies and gentlemen.